Hi, this is Charmaine Russin. I'm one of the team leaders here at the Pennsylvania Coalition for Informed Consent, and I'm coming to you today with a brief action alert and a call to make a phone call in order to help take the next step to preserve our medical freedom here in Pennsylvania. Now, you may, if you've been keeping up with our action alerts, you may have seen that Senate Bill 633, the Public Health Emergency Act, moved sweepingly through the Senate a couple of weeks ago. Now, it was voted through 50-0. We were at the Capitol this week, and we learned that the reason this happened is simply because no one had raised a red flag. There were no constituent calls or concerns voiced about this particular bill. And so the senators, some of whom admittedly only saw the memo or, it went through their aides and they had a brief description, and it seemed like an okay thing to do. And regrettably, they are unable to undo that vote. So now this bill is in the House, and it's in the House Health Committee, where Kathy Rapp is the chair. We had a successful phone call campaign to her office last week. I thank you all for participating. They got a lot of calls, and it was very clear. They are very aware now of the concerns that citizens have regarding this public health emergency bill. And so that bill may just sit in the health committee, the House Health Committee, and not move. It could stay there and just die until the end of session. So, but we also know that there are representatives, legislators in Harrisburg who have this Public Health Emergency Act as a top item on their agenda, and it's something they're actively wanting to move forward. Now, this requires us to be extra vigilant. It is budget season. And in the past, we've seen budget season as a time to kind of stop and take a breath, because when the legislators are full-time concentrating on budget issues, they're very unlikely to push through bills that would relate to our vaccine choice and vaccine exemptions. All of the focus is on these financial endeavors. But now we understand that there is a lot of tit-for-tat, back-scratching, politicking going on at this time of year, because legislators do have certain agenda items that they really want to be included in the budget, and sometimes that spurs negotiations that would lead some legislators to allow the passing of certain bills that they wouldn't normally support. And so what that means is that, in essence, a legislator could take the text from the Public Health Emergency Bill, pull that out, and then add it onto a budget bill as an amendment item. And so our team is being hyper-vigilant and watching for all of these bills and amendments and even regulations that might be working their way through Harrisburg right now. But this is the time for constituents to speak up, because at any moment, if this public health emergency language comes through on any bill, we want to make sure our legislators have already heard our concerns. They will see this, they will ask questions, and they will understand that this could be a Trojan horse that allows the government to declare a public health emergency on basically very little concern. It even allows for the suspicion of an outbreak of disease to declare a public health emergency. And under this public health emergency, the government agencies are able to override our basic civil rights and our personal liberties. If you're following what has been going on, which I don't know how you couldn't, because it's been all over the media, you will understand that what happened in New York was that the New York legislature did enact a public health emergency in 4 counties based on a small fraction of the population contracting measles. And because of these regulations falling apart under the Public Health Emergency Act, they were allowed to go door to door trying to force vaccinate citizens in their homes, and they were giving fines and mandating quarantines to citizens in a free country because they were doing it under the guise of a public health emergency. We do not want to allow any legislation to come through in Pennsylvania that could allow for that same situation to occur here. So please call your legislator and tell them that if SB633 starts to move, please vote no on that bill. Also, ask the staff, tell them that you're concerned that public health emergency language could be added to another bill, and to please be aware and on the lookout for that, because it is a major concern to those of us who value our freedom. I hope that you have your legislators' contact information already saved on your phone, and as soon as you hang up from this video, you can just push the button and give a call, and hopefully the staff already knows your name and understands what you're all about and what your concerns are about and how very valid they are. So we are aiming to always take incremental steps towards preserving freedom, to be efficient and effective in everything that we do. And I assure you that building these relationships and making these phone calls are never, ever a waste of time. This one phone call that you're making today, when it's added to all the other phone calls across the state, it makes a real impact. And we've seen it working, and we are so grateful for the people here in Pennsylvania who do what it takes to maintain vaccine choice and medical freedom. So thank you again. Keep following us on our Facebook page and at our website, informedconsentpa.org, and you can sign up for email alerts there. If these videos are helpful to you, let us know, and I'll try my best to keep it up. Thanks. Have a great day.